Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a video on me doing my nails. I'm doing an ombre for this tutorial and I'm showing you guys the sanding bit that I use, which is a fine grit. Now pushing back my cuticles after I sanitize them. I don't really have to push much back. I just had previously taken off my nails, soaked them off actually, and I'm very lightly removing the natural shine off my natural nail with that electric file at a low speed. Like always, it's very low pressure, no pressure whatsoever, and so I'm not damaging my nail, of course. And my nails are not too thin, so if it was like a little bit of pressure, it wouldn't hurt me anyways. But remember, it's a natural nail, so you don't want to damage it. Now I'm just cleaning everything with swipe, and it basically kind of dehydrates the nail as well. So I'm going to be using different tips. I'm using kind of, I would call them stilettos, only because they have a bigger moon, I guess that would be what I would call it. And it's only part of it that is, a little part of it that's intact with the natural nail, so the rest would be acrylic, which is better. And the only other reason is because it's already like narrow, so when it comes to me doing coffin shape, I don't really have to do much with it. Especially when it comes to doing your own nails, it's kind of harder for you to actually get everything all even and stuff like that, at least for me. So whenever I could get a chance to do things easier and it benefits me, then I'll do it and try it. And it never, it doesn't hurt to try. So I did ask the lady about where she gets her tips from, and she doesn't tell me the name where she gets them from. But for my giveaway, I will be giving away a set of those tips that I always use. And as you can see, these are a little bit more narrow, which this is my first time trying this. It's actually pretty nice. I will be doing this more often from now on myself, of course. And it only helps me, with shaping. I always tend to overfile or things like that. So then, I still have to kind of file it, but not so much like I would with the other nails. I would have to cut them with the scissors and then file. So whatever works and whatever you like best. Then I'm just shaping and, perfecting the shape, which in my case is going to be like almost coffin, more in the square side, not too narrow or anything like that. And I did remove the shine off the tip of it with the same fine bit and kind of blended the nail tip to the natural nail very carefully. Now I'm dehydrating my nail with Band-Aid, and I do one hand first. In this case, I should have done my right hand, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to do the right one since I knew this one was going to be faster. Then I applied Protein Bond twice. So right here is a mixture of Cover Peach and Cover Pink. I like both because one has a orangey tone and the other one is pink, so the mixture of both makes a perfect combination. Now for this ombre, I always just on everyone, I kind of pretend like it's gonna be color or even just glitter, and I add a very thin layer of clear acrylic just so it won't have a barrier in between the tip and the nail. And also because I just feel like sometimes it's better adhesion since it's like clear acrylic rather than a colored acrylic. And for my ombre, I do add white first on the tip and blend it a little bit down, and don't leave like a bump on the white. Just kind of make sure it's like, I would call it blended to the almost cuticle, but halfway through basically, because then you would be putting the pink on top. That's the word, flush to the pink, no bumps or anything, because then when it comes to putting the pink, then you're going to be able to see the little bump on it. So just make sure it's flush to the acrylic. And then my white, it's not so white, so I kept on adding color, but I feel like when it gets too white, then it's harder to blend. So I kind of mixed I think it was like extreme white with white from Young Nails together to create this white. And I will be doing a giveaway soon. Thanks so much for everyone that is supporting me and watching the tutorials. I did reach my 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy and thankful for it, and I will do a video on that separately. Now comes to the pink color. I get a little bit of a wet bead and just place it on the cuticle, and then I drag it. It has to be not so wet, only because then you're gonna basically drag everything out of it. So it's almost like in the middle, not too wet and not too dry. That way I can blend. And if anything, you know, if there's too much pink, then you just go back and add white. So just back and forth. Ombre is tricky like that. That's why it's kind of harder for me to do it on my own. I would prefer someone to do it, right? So just kind of blend. That's the key of ombre, blending and just making everything look so nice and flawless. And always just keep the cuticle area clean. And then try not to make these 2 layers thick. Only because we're going to be applying a clear coat of acrylic to encapsulate everything and secure it. So just be very careful on not making everything thick. I made a mistake and I did that on my right hand. But, you know, it's difficult for me since I'm right-handed. And it happens, of course. No one's gonna notice unless you tell them. So as you can see right there, I pointed out that I had like a little, you can see through white. So I just added a little bit of pink. So just, you know, you gotta just balance everything out. Now I'm applying the clear acrylic. The clear acrylic shouldn't be too thick either, because the nail is already, you know, kind of thick already. So just make sure it's, you know, the perfect strength to it. And as you can see, I have my hand placed on this little jar, mason jar, so I can get balance. Whatever you feel comfortable with, you know, my right hand, when I work with my right hand, that's how I kind of do it. Either the other way, placing my hand on it, or just like placing the other side of my palm on it. So this is me working on my right hand with my left hand. So as you can see, I started off the other side and then I blended it this way. So it's just taking time and having patience to do this. I was dreading the ombre for this reason, because I was afraid I might not do it right. Especially when it comes to ombre, you know, it has to be a perfect blend and just, you know, very smooth blend. That's what I would call it. So now I'm adding the pink like so. I think that when I work on my right hand, I always tend to wipe my brush a lot, only because I keep grabbing liquid and powder more often than I normally would, because it's just, you know, it's not easy for me to do my right hand. Now I'm filing and shaping the nails with the 100-180 grit file. Once I finish doing that, I go ahead and grab my electric file with the medium carbide bit from Kupa ink.com. I will write everything down in the description below. I do the underneath of the nail only because there's always sometimes acrylic, and then it kind of makes a C curve, as you can see. Kind of deepened everything up. So I look at the nail from all angles just to make sure it's my desired shape and no lumps and bumps. always start from the cuticle area and work my way around. So after doing that, I just shape my nails once again, just kind of smooth everything out, and then buff everything underneath on top. Not so much, only because you're gonna be applying gel and you want like a surface to adhere the gel with onto. So once everything is cleaned and ready for gel top coat, I clean them with swipe. And that's how they look before top coat. If it was matte, pretty. But I like shiny, so I went ahead and added the Glaze and Go top coat. This top coat is required to be dried in the LED lamp for a minute. So I went ahead and dried that afterwards. Ombre is such a pretty natural color and very pretty design. So simple yet so pretty. It's so weird. Although I wish it would have been longer, but short will do for me. So that's the final result, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial on how I do my nails. I will be doing a giveaway soon, so stay tuned. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on my social media. Bye.